Hey girl, hey. I hope you're having a great week and happy belated Valentine's Day. And this week's Self Care Saturday Talk, we are going to talk about how your trials and tribulations can lead you into becoming your highest self. Now, I can't believe that I'm actually even recording this video today and saying this because I would have never imagined myself being at this point. I am so grateful that I have gone through the trials and tribulations that I have gone through throughout my life because it has led me to become the best version of myself to date. I am grateful for my marriage. I learned a lot of lessons through that. And then I'm also very grateful for my divorce because I've also learned lessons from that as well. So, the divorce, as devastating as it was, led me into my healing era. And that healing era then led me into learning how to love and care for myself. That learning how to love and care for myself gave me the clarity that I needed of what I truly desired and what I truly wanted for myself in my life. And so that has all been very life-changing to me, and it helped set me free in so many different ways because I'm not carrying the baggage of my past, and learning how to really pour into myself and love myself and show me how great I am daily, and not having given that power to somebody else, because truly before, I expected my husband to do that for me, and that really wasn't the best way to go about that. So I'm very grateful for the lessons that I've learned, and learned that I need to be my biggest supporter, right? And I need to prioritize myself and learn to love myself and care for myself every day, no matter what, because that makes me be the best version of myself, and that also makes me show up very differently in the world, to my friends, my family, to everybody. So self-love and self-care has been a life-changing experience in my life. So, with all that said, going through the trials and tribulations, right? Like I said, it took me a while to get here, but going through all the trials and tribulations, it may not feel good, right? I definitely know that they don't feel good, and it maybe even feel like they're never going to end, because sometimes, you just get in a dark spot. But just know that every storm will end, and I encourage you to try to have a different mindset about these trials and tribulations that you are going through. Because I know before, like years ago, I had a victim mindset, and I would kind of ask myself, like, why is this happening to me, right? Why did this person do this to me? Or why is this the situation? Instead of saying like, oh, what can I learn from this situation? So instead of looking at it as to why, try to look at it as what is God trying to show me? What am I supposed to learn from this situation? Because I'm going to tell you now, no matter how big or small your trials and tribulations are, I 100% believe that there's always a lesson to be learned in one shape or form or another. Always look and see what can you learn from this. And now other things that I've learned as well is when I'm going through the trials and tribulations and stuff like that, in my unhealed era, it was always easier to kind of like, oh, well, this was all this person's fault, or this was because of this, and kind of always passing the buck. But if you can also, look at the lesson, but also look at what you could have done differently and try to change those things, because that's what I have done. And that has also brought a lot of growth into my life because, for instance, I made some mistakes in my marriage too, right? I wasn't perfect in that whole situation. I wasn't, it wasn't all my ex-husband's fault, and it wasn't all my fault either. But I've learned a lot of, like I said, I learned a lot of lessons, and now I know what I need to change for my next relationship, right? This isn't only just relationship. I just kind of feel like the easiest way for me to explain it to you. So whatever that may be, right? Maybe you need to learn something different. Maybe you need to learn a lesson in finances or something like that that can help you better your life. Just look at the different situations that you're going through and say, okay, let's look at what I need to learn. Okay, this is great. And then also, what can you change? And then start looking at what you can change right now, right? Because not all the changes can happen right now, but start looking at some of the small changes that you can make and start implementing them daily into your schedule. Then, you can start making some bigger changes, and that will help as well. Don't stop making those changes though. Even sometimes it takes a while for those changes to maybe come into fruition of something, but always, continue making those changes if you are feeling better, right? So, if you're not feeling good about them still, then maybe you need to change in something different. But don't give up on becoming a better version of yourself. Correcting what you did wrong, or learning something new to make the situation different, right? For your future. Say, get into even a new career and then still go into that career with all of the same problems, right? Figure out what you need to learn and what you can correct, and then start, doing some small things every day. And those small things will add up and lead to bigger changes. Always life, right? And there's always gonna be challenges and things like that, but it's important in how you show up for them, and just try to not take all these different things that are happening as, personally, and look at them as growing opportunities and what you can do to change to be able to become the best version of yourself. Because honestly, without going through my divorce, I would have never healed my past traumas. I would have never learned how to love and care for myself, and I wouldn't be the version of myself that I am today. And now, with that being said, the self-care and the self-love, that is mentally, physically, spiritually, there's so much involved in there, right? It's just not spa treatments and face masks and getting your nails done and all of that. There's so much more to it. And it all starts with your mindset, because if your mindset is not strong and it's not healthy, then your looks really doesn't, your looks will only get you so far. Okay? It's just really important for you to keep your mindset into a good space, which is going to be continuously, working on healing and always elevating and trying to become the better version of yourself. Now, with that being said, I hope that this was something that you can use to help encouragement to keep going on your journey, even if you may be in the middle of the storm or just coming out of it. Don't give up, and just know that there's always a lesson for you to learn through these trials and tribulations that you're going through. So stay strong, and just know that you will come out the other end of it. And I also want to let you guys know that in March, I am holding a monthly group on Facebook that is free, that is going to be focused on self-love and self-care, and it's going to have daily things for you to do. So if you're interested, I would just leave a comment that says me in the comment section, and I will reach out to you once I get the group set up. So I don't have a link for you right now for you to go to, but I will soon. So once I get that all set up, then I can start loading people in. But I probably won't let you join into the group until Monday or until March 1st, because that's when the group is going to start. So I hope that you join me, because I'm really excited to host this group and help others learn how to love and care for themselves so they can become the best versions of them. I hope to see you, and we will talk soon. Love you. Bye.